it's Meredith from Kitchen to Table, and today I'm going to show you how to make seedy crackers. These are really easy to make and I know you're going to love them. So to get started, what we need to do first of all is soak chia seeds and linseeds with water, and after 15 minutes or so they turn into this thick gel, and what that does is help to glue the dough together and also gives a really nice texture to the crackers as well. So what we'll do is just pop 2 tablespoons of chia seeds and 2 tablespoons of linseeds or flax seeds into a bowl and add in the warm water. We'll just give those a little stir, and at the moment this mixture is very watery, and you think, how is that ever going to hold my biscuit together? But as you can see with this one, it forms a gel quite quickly. So that's the magic of the chia. So we just let that sit aside, but because we've got one prepared earlier, we can carry on with the recipe. So just pop that into a bowl, and then to that we're going to add a little selection of seeds. So we've got some pumpkin seeds or pepitas, we're going to add those in. And we've got some sunflower seeds, and just going to add those in. A couple of tablespoons of sesame seeds, and then we've got some flour. I'm using a mixture of white flour and spelt flour. Spelt flour is simply an ancient grain from which they grind the flour. It usually has a wholemeal consistency, so if you don't have spelt flour on hand, please just substitute in some wholemeal flour. So in with the flour. I'll put all the measurements either below the recipe, or I'll put a link to the recipe on our website. Then we've got an egg. So just lightly whisk the egg just so that it incorporates more easily into the mixture. To finish off, we've got some olive oil. Now, if you don't have olive oil on hand, you could use any other type of oil. So you could use a vegetable oil, you could use coconut oil, you could use a macadamia oil, rice bran oil, whatever you have on hand. And we've also got a teaspoon of salt just to season the dough as well. So all of that in. And then it's just a matter of mixing it together to form a dough, and that's it. So we'll just bring that together. If you've got a stand mixer, you could throw all of those ingredients together in the stand mixer and just beat it on low speed until the mixture comes together. However, it's nice and simple in a bowl as well. It doesn't take long at all. So just give that a mix until all ingredients are incorporated. And you can get in there with your hand if you find that easier. And just bring that dough together. It's nice and easy to work with. It's really easy to roll out. It sort of sticks together with all that, those lovely chia seeds. All right, so once that's together, just divide the dough in half and you roll out the 2 halves separately. And we want to roll that out into a nice thin sheet of dough, which will bake as one whole sheet, and then break the biscuits up after it's been cooked. So as you can see, the dough just sticks together. Some of the seeds might fall away. You can just pick those up or roll them onto the dough towards the end. Pop the baking sheet onto the silicone mat, and it stops it moving around. So now just flatten that out into a disc, and then just take your rolling pin and just slowly move it out into a nice large rectangle. Now I've measured the sheet of baking paper to suit my tray, so I know that's as big as I can go. So just roll it out. Some bits fall off, just poke them back in. You can also put another sheet of baking paper over here to make it easier if you like. And you want to roll it out to about 1/2 centimetre thick. I find that gives you lovely crunchy crackers. And these store away well in an airtight jar, you know, for several weeks, if they last that long. Okay, so nearly there. Just going to give it one more turn and one more roll. And then I'm just going to sprinkle some extra sea salt flakes over the top, just to give it that nice crunch when you eat them. However, you could use a nice spice mix such as za'atar, which is a Middle Eastern spice blend of oregano, thyme, sesame seeds and sumac. You could use some dukkha for a little bit of extra flavour. Or you can just keep them plain like this. So really you can make them your own. So once I've got that nice and thin and everything's nicely stuck together. Any loose seeds at this point can just be picked up and rolled into the mixture. And now we just slide that sheet onto our baking tray. And then that goes into the oven for about 15 to 18 minutes at 180 degrees Celsius, maybe 170 if you're using fan forced. And we just want to see the biscuit become nice and golden, nice and firm to the touch. And then we'll break the biscuits up after they're cooked. So that's your sheet of dough ready to go into the oven. These have been in the oven for about 18 minutes. I've had them out for a couple of minutes to cool. Let them cool on a wire rack. And then what you need to do is just break the sheet of biscuit into smaller chunks. So you just decide for yourself how big you want them. And it just cracks really nicely. Store those in an airtight jar, and they're fabulous to serve along cheeses, your favourite dips. Just simply spread with some nut butter, or butter and Vegemite is really delicious as well. So they're the seedy crackers. I hope you enjoy this recipe. Have a little bit of fun making them. And thanks again for watching. Look forward to seeing you again next time. Take care.